But I have the other ones available in there. But
So, Luke, what are you drinking today? Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
I made a bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Yo! I learned my lesson from last night. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drink imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day?
I'm here to give you a favor, James. As you say, later.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like one of our draw streams, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Man, I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books.
I was made to kill. So count yourself lucky that I choose not to.
Woo! Yes! Yes, guys! It is Sunday! You know what that means? Another episode of A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns. Because I'm a bit done with the mainstream, and indie is where the passion is, guys. So yes, I hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. I've been busy. I've been like writing a little bit writing. Sometimes there's just too much to do, and I kind of check out. There's too much, and just check out. Not today, guys, but I had to do some writing. So I did that today, and I worked on something for a new project, which is cool. And you can still sign up to Perfect 10 Book 5. We are working on Book 5, and it will be released next month. Not sure. Next month, maybe. But you can sign up. The link to that is in the description, guys. And the book will be launched together with a second new book called POWERTRIP Part 2. POWERTRIP Book 2, which is an anthology book with 3 stories by different creative teams, all taking place in the Genuine Comics universe. All right, guys. I saw a new name in the chat. Interesting. Gorilla Mar, welcome. What's up, guys? Paul, love your comics. And Dave, I'm getting ready to do some off the cuffs on Perfect 10 1 through 4. Wow, excellent. Off the cuffs means like unscripted, right? Sometimes I need to think what it is, what the phrase means. Excellent. Looking forward to it, and thank you so much for backing the books, sir. Really appreciate it. By the way, we are 6 subscribers away from 600 for this YouTube channel. So 6 more subscribers. We have 600 subscribers, and then we can do some sort of extra, like celebration show, some party. I don't know. We'll think about it with some giveaways or something. We'll think about it, guys. Anyway, right now it's time for the guest. It's time to get this going because we have a wonderful new guest, never been on the show before. So I can introduce new creators to you guys and you guys to new creators, right? Which is awesome. So let's do this, guys. May I have a very warm welcome to Mr. Paul Thayer.
Nice. How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good, man. Paul, how are you?
I'm doing great. And Gorilla Mar off the cuffs. That's his. He does a YouTube and a Rumble page where he reviews comic books.
Right.
So,
that's the name of the.
Yeah. So he does some reviews. He's been grabbing up our books. Appreciate his business.
Yeah, excellent, man. Yeah, some people do great like reviews, and we need more of that. We need more like positivity and people talking about comics that aren't like mainstream, the bigger books.
Yeah, for sure, and that they enjoy. Bam.
Sure, of course. Yeah. Not like I'm going to rag on this because it sucks. We've seen those. We want to see the things that people love, people like.
Yep.
What do you like, right? Okay. Before we dive into the questions, Paul, I need to ask you, what are you drinking today?
What am I drinking?
Yes.
I got a drink for you. Yeah. I got a.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You have something?
Yeah, I'll get some. Hold on.
All right. Great. There he goes, guys. Yeah. Some people are not prepared, man. It's a drink with Brink. So yeah, sometimes. So people, let's share out this stream. Let's bring in some more people. I made this nice ticker for today. A drink with Brink. This is show 131. That's crazy, guys. I've been doing this 131 times now, and I'm doing this weekly, every week. By the way, if you are a indie creator and you have something you want to showcase, I have no guest for next week yet. Coor? What does it say?
Coors Light? Yeah, I had some beers. I have some parties sometimes for family.
That's a beer.
Buy a bunch of beer. There you go.
And it's called Coors.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. Jens, we're drinking beer today.
Have I told you? You are my very best friend. And best friends, they drink beer. Let's have a beer.
There you go.
Thank you, Jens. Thank you very much.
I was originally going to say, hey, I'm going to smoke. But then, I switched it up. You asked for the beer too nicely. I had to go get one.
Well, you can do whatever you want, man. It's Anyway, so Paul, let's talk about you a little bit. So people don't know you. For the people that don't know you, I'm one of them. So can you tell us a little bit about your adventures into comics? Were you a collector? How did things start?
So love comic books as a kid. I love Batman, love the Spider-Man, all that good stuff. Fell away from it for a little bit, and then in my young age, the New 52 was the new cool thing. So it was that was our restart, and love that. Love the New 52. Love the thing about it. I love Scott Snyder, Jeff Johns, Greg Capullo. All those guys are awesome, huge inspirations. And then again, fell off for a bit. A couple years not doing it, not getting any comic books, and then I was slowly getting back into it. And just for the love of it, I love the MCU. I love the Batman movies, and I really wanted to get back in. And I was doing construction work at the time, and I was just digging, and I was just thinking of this great idea for a superhero concept, and it wasn't available. So I looked up, how to write a comic script, wrote the comic script, found the team, and then I started producing books. And we've been doing it for about 4 years now.
That easy, huh?
Yeah.
So is that easy?
Yeah.
Wow.
We have 8 books now. We have 7 single
8?
issues. 7 single issues. We have our newest one now and 1 trade.
Holy shit. Right. So let's rewind a little bit. So you read comic books, you had some favorites. At some point you stopped collecting. Was there a particular reason? You didn't
I feel like it was Yeah, it was like, like I was in high school. It wasn't the thing, back in the day, comics weren't as cool, and, there's always
You
different
wanted to be
things.
cool.
I guess or not even like, I just kind of like grew out of it. Like I have for a lot of titles like Aquaman, Flash on the New 52, I had the first 30 issues of all of these things. Like I was getting it weekly. I don't really know what the ticking point was. It was so long ago, but I just remember that they were restarting and that was it for me. Like when they did the next restart, I was a big DC guy and then that was just it for me. I'd still get comics here and there, but it was nothing like I was getting books monthly. And then I slowly got back into it. And then I really just wanted to make my own thing because I was reading comics and I just, it's the same thing I thought originally was like, you could pick up a Batman from 10 years ago. You could pick up a Batman from 20 years ago and you could pick up Batman from last week. And it's still very similar, in some aspects, at least, he's fighting Scarecrow. He's fighting Joker. He's fighting Bane. He hates Catwoman. He loves Catwoman. It's a lot of repetition or restarts of just the same old stories over and over again. There's no advancement. The big thing I love about like TV shows and movies or certain TV shows is that it just goes and then it's over, So I wanted a comic book like that.
Sure, I get that. And the further back you go with collecting comics, the more easier they get to get into, because they once started as this monthly thing. Yet one adventure with the villain of the month, and nowadays everything is for the trade. Plus, you have a lot of canon, a lot of continuity stuff. So it's more difficult to get into like series that have been going on for like 300 issues, right?
Yeah, and it's a pick or choose. Sometimes a number 1 is really the number 75. They just put 1 on it just so you get the book, and then you're like you're even more lost. And I pick up books monthly. Now I get books weekly. And I always pick up books and, see what I like and don't like about it. And, just try to improve upon those aspects,
Sure. Are there still series right now that you collect, that you read?
Yeah. I get books every week. The main book, I pick up all the Spawn books. So there's Spawn, Gunslinger, King Spawn. Those 3 I get. It's a nice, I like what they're doing. The artwork's really good. I like Brett Booth. I like all those guys. And then I tried getting back into some Marvel stuff. It's just like I said, it's like you'll pick up a book and you just don't know what the hell's going on, So like, because I haven't read it. I haven't read Marvel since I think Civil War, honestly. So to get back into it, they have this new thing called Blood Hunt. It's like a vampire crossover. I'm digging that. I've been getting those books too. So yeah, mostly more Image books, and then I guess Marvel would be the secondary.
Right. Yeah. Gorilla Mars has several different timelines. It can be really confusing. It can be.
For sure. Especially like when like it's like even a page and then the next page is something different. And there's 3 flashes. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, man. Like I just want them to die, move forward, cool.
Right.
They don't do that. So I think that was a part of the market that was missing.
Yeah. But you gravitated towards the superhero theme, superhero stories. Was it artwork? Was it stories, or what? What about these comics do you love?
I just love, like, I've always just loved it when I was a kid. Like, of course I always stayed through. I always saw all the movies, just the comic books that were laid off for a bit. I just love the fantasy realm and the possibilities of superpowers. Superpowers is like the coolest thing. And it's the closest thing to our reality in a lot of senses of like, it could be very grounded if needed. But my thing's superheroes with twists, so it's like, it's kind of like that, like, but it's kind of like a soldier thing. It's kind of like a mass war thing. It's just superpowers are part of it.
Sure. Yeah. When superpowers were real, I think we're all fucked, because most people would use superpowers to mess things up, right? for crime and stuff like that. So if you wanted to do a really realistic book, a lot of people get superpowers. You have maybe one hero amongst everyone, right?
Yeah,
right.
but everyone's views are different. So something I do with Project Naosis is like it's about the perspective. You know, you're getting perspective from the villain, you're getting perspective from the heroes. You're seeing what makes them tick is the same way that would make me and you tick. It's the same way you see someone on Jimmy Fallon or Joe Rogan. You know, it's just, you know, it's all scenery. You know, it's all they're all playing their bigger game for their own needs, and you know, everyone has needs and wants, and you got to dive deep on that.
And just one day you got the concept.
So I thought of, like I said, I was doing construction. I don't do construction anymore. I went back into sales, and then now I do this full time. But I was doing construction, and I thought of this great idea. But the complaint with my idea that I thought of was this is way too confusing for you to start off as, you know, because like when I pick up an issue 1 or an issue 2 or an issue 3, you should not be lost, you know, or an issue 4, you shouldn't be lost. So I really wanted like something in that aspect of like when you get it, like it's that issue 1, we're building forward, we're moving forward. And when I came up with that idea, that's really the ending, you know? So like I used that as the ending and I worked backwards. And originally it was going to be a 6-issue series, then it went to 12, then it got to 21. Yeah. And now we have like 35 issue scripts locked, plus like the one-shots and the mini-series that we've been working on, and we have some out now. So like I really took that idea and I thought it was just too complex, because like you pick it up, you'll be like, it's just too much. So I started off with a supervillain, and then we started building our way forward, expanding the mind into a more grounded realm of the superhero realm that, you know, a lot of people are more familiar with.
Right. Yeah. So did you say you had 35 scripts ready, or?
For Project Naosis, we have 35 scripts. We have our prequel series, which is Omega 2090, which is our main superhero's origin story. We have 2 issues of that now. We have a one-shot that came out of just the supervillain. And we have another one-shot of the 2 new characters that debut in episode 4. So yeah, we had the Crimson Pain. That was our last one that dropped. This is a variant cover.
That looks awesome.
All of my books have back covers, and this is Evan G. We've been buddies since we started. He helped me like size the books originally. He showed me how to do all that stuff. And we did our own interior book with him. And let me see if I can show something that's not a crazy spoiler. You know, it's pretty cool. It's like a nice animated-ish style. You know, he knocked it out of the park with us. But yeah, stuff like that.
Look at that, man.
You know,
that looks really, really professional.
Yeah, really high quality. We do that with all the issues. Like our series with the guys that are on now. This was our last single issue they did. Anyone that does my cover A's always does my interiors. That was another thing I didn't like either, unless it was like an Alex Ross or something like that. You know, you know what you're going into. But originally, when I saw the Alex Ross book, because I wasn't like the guy in the realm, I picked it up. I was like, oh, this is gonna look so cool on the inside. It's gonna be painted, and then you open it, it's like night and day. You know, so always my cover A's will be the guys who do the interiors. I think it's what's right, honestly.
Yeah. Same with me also.
Yeah, it's like their cover.
Always interior artists.
Yeah.
You know?
And I try to keep them similar too. Like we have the people that the one that you have as our background now is our cover B, and that's Igor. He meshes really well. It looks really meshes in the world. You know? Right.
So you mean you went for some sort of house style?
Yeah. You can like I had a couple different artists that worked on all of our series, but like it just needs to have that pop. Like of course Evan G's is 9-day difference too, you know, but it's just like it has that feeling to it that it can like work with the superpowers and everything.
Right. So what did you do to discover these? So to get in contact with these artists, how did you bring them in?
So the first thing I did, right, was go to New York Comic Con. I thought of an idea, and I found I made a concept art with an artist I found on Instagram, Johnny Morrow. I started doing some concept art with him. He does like the Disney villainous stuff, and I had some couple other guys do some stuff. But I was like, okay, where do all the artists go? I go New York Comic Con. I lived in New York at the time. I was like, I'm gonna go to New York Comic Con with my little flyers, and I'm gonna find a team. Thank you. Pain is my favorite villain too.
Pain.
And I went around, I was looking, really didn't find anyone. I made some great connections. And then I just used social media. And the first book that we put out with was with Corey Hampshire. He's done Venom X-Men Supreme. I found him on Instagram, and we did our first book together. Our book after that, I picked up Julian Shaw. Julian Shaw is now on, Spider Boy that comes out monthly, and he's doing a lot of Marvel Unlimited books. I work with Kyle Penchcock on episode 1 as well, and he did 28 pages for us. Now he's doing like Star Wars Unlimited and G.I. Joe board games. And then our team that's carrying us through is Samuel Marquise and Prasad Rao. So they're the ones who do Project Naosis.
So you went to the professional artists. Basically, you circumvented the indie scene, went to the professionals, and found your crew there.
Yeah,
basically.
I went through social media. Like Samuel doesn't have a lot of followers, or at least when I found him, at least. And I just saw his art, and I thought it was great. I was like, "Are you doing any books?" I do that with a lot of guys. Like I even see my convention. I'm like, "Are you doing books?" I see the guys who just do like the posters and shit. Yeah. Like those are the guys we need. If your artwork looks good, I'll pay for it. So
sure. Yeah, but some artists are like specialized in doing promotional poses or covers, for instance, and aren't necessarily good at doing sequential work.
Yeah.
Right. So good for you, man. That you found some good people. It looks fantastic. The coloring also.
So episode 0 was done by Brian Valenza, who does all the Marvel books now, Star Wars, Ghost Rider, all that cool stuff, Spider-Man. Right. And then when I worked with him, he got picked up for Marvel. That was when he got picked up for Marvel. And he's done. Like he was done. Like he's literally after that, he was on like so many books. So like he was tapped. He did Venom. He did so many crazy stuff. I was like, oh my God, this is the look I need. Like there's no one that was like this. I found this guy. And then I found Prasad. And Prasad and me hit it off. He did episode 1, 2, 3, Omega 1, 2. And he did this one with us as well. And he knocks it out of the park. Prasad's amazing at coloring. I give him little to no notes. If no notes, he just gets the script and he vibes with it. And, like, for example, that background, you even see that red and that yellow, like, mist together. Like, he made that. He did all that, I barely tell him to change anything, if anything.
That's great. That's fantastic. Right. So this is your current campaign. So you launched like 4 days ago?
Yeah. So, this would be day 4. Sure, we launched Wednesday at 9 p.m. East. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Well, you're doing good, man. 70 backers. That's great. And this is Project Naosis 0 to 4. So these are 5 books.
Yeah, you can get all the previous titles, but the newest issue is episode 4. In episode 4, we just got the last pages of Lines and Inks last week. All of my books ship 1 to 2 months after, right when we get the money. So if these books are coming out in August, no problem. I'm just really busy in July, and I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con at the end of the month. So this will be coming out in August for anyone that orders. We already funded. The most we ever did it in our first 24 hours was around $900. We did 1,400. And then we're already at 2,278. We beat our episode 2 campaign. We beat both of our Omega campaigns. The one we're going for now to beat is episode 3 did 4,400 with 140 backers. So we're about halfway there from beating that one out of the water. And we got a lot of days left. So it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, man, you're building something here, right? Mm-hmm. You're also building your audience, right? So the more you produce, the bigger your audience becomes, right? At least when you produce like quality, but people seem to like this.
Yeah, I'm really big on the convention scene. Like I didn't know what Kickstarter and Indiegogo was until I had my third book. So people kept telling me like, "Is this on Kickstarter?" I'm like, "What the hell is a Kickstarter?" I personally fund all these books, so I didn't know that, and I just kept the same format before, which was I fund it, and then once it's almost done, I put it out, and we've been doing good. I got this book, and then I have 2 other books being made right now too, so all at the same time.
Fantastic, man. Yeah. Kicking ass. Right. Shall we watch the trailer? What do you say? Yeah? All right.
Yeah, I'll mute it. It's quick.
Welcome to Project Naosis Episode 4, a superhero sci-fi adventure for lovers of X-Men, Mortal Kombat, and the Avengers. But in our world, there is one rule, that there is no multiverse or do-overs, making the stakes get raised with every single issue. In the year 2090, a speedster named Crimson Pain rised up and eliminated all the heroes in existence, sending the world into utter chaos, leaving the government to initiate Project Naosis, granting the best soldiers and warriors a serum unlocking super enhanced abilities, making them the biggest threat to their enemies. The Project Naosis unit has no jurisdiction and the highest form of authority to kill Crimson Pain and all that stands with him. Follow our team as they fight for justice and to save the world from the new order that has risen. Join us and let's make this into reality yet again. This is Indie Comics. This is Project Naosis.
Cool. All right, let's. That's great. So, what does Naosis mean?
So it means Project Mystical Warrior. So basically, like was just stated before, this villain Crimson Pain kills off all the classic type superheroes like a Superman, your Mr. Fantastic type characters, and the world goes into utter chaos. And the only way to unite all the nations around the world unite into the ULN, the United League of Nations. And there's no superheroes, at least at that government level anymore. So they make a super classified unit called Project Naosis, Project Mystical Warrior. They take the best warriors and soldiers and shoot them up with a serum, and there's 7 of them. And they go off to kill off these supervillains. And in our first volume, they were a super classified unit. They're no mercy. They're there to kill these guys. And now, with the last battle that happens in episode 3, they're now discovered from the world. So now the world knows that they exist, and they say superheroes, but they're not superheroes. These guys look cool, but they're there to kill these bad guys. So now it's going to be that different type of, double-edged sword that they're now going to be crossed with, that now the public sees, oh my God, we got our heroes back, and now we're going to see how the world takes that on. So if you never had an issue of Project Naosis before, you can get episode 0 and have no problem. If you want the catch-ups are available. But I try to make all my stories have that beginning, middle, and end, so you always get a nice full read.
Sure. So these guys, you said they weren't really heroes because they have one objective.
Yeah.
Right. So how are these people selected for this project?
So they're just the best of the best, right? So for example, that middle character is Omega. He's Jonathan Evans. He was actually a former general in the Americas. He had like the highest kill count. He was getting rid of all the terrorists around the globe. And, you can also see in this prequel if you want on how he got his powers. We have those first 2 issues out. And, he basically was about to finish his tour, and he gets an alert that, hey, there's this supervillain killing superheroes. Like, we need you to stop and go save the prime minister. And he enters right in at that same time. And now we're years later, and he has powers, and he's ready to fight back. So he's that main guy. Hellsate is that girl with the fire behind him. She was picked up in those issues as well. She was a guard to the King's Guard of one of the former prime ministers. And then Omega is basically, the brains of the team, and he just recruits the best of the best at that point. And then long as they can, they take this serum. The serum also has like a 40% kill rate. So if you take it, you have a chance of dying. So these guys really need to be warriors. They're not, it's not Peter Parker, taking this no, there's a chance you're dying. But these guys all have something burning inside them that they want to take Crimson Pain down. They want to take down this rebellion. They all have that anchor in them that, this was taken, in one day, Crimson Pain killed over 90 million people. A lot of people are affected by this. So, it's them now going for that. And it has that family basis, that X-Men basis, but, they're not heroes. Like I said, some might be, but the others are here for war. When you're in war, there's no hesitation, and the hesitation gets you killed. So,
holy shit.
Yeah.
Crimson Pain. So why did he kill so many people?
You don't know.
We don't know yet?
You don't know yet, but he has a one shot where you see he's in both Omega 2090s. And he's in episode 0 where you see the day that he did this. And, they're all traumatized from this. This is the baddest guy possible. Anyone that steps face with him, they die horribly and they can't get revived. So our main rule right above, one universe, no multiverse, no do-overs. So
excellent.
We kill you. You are dead. If you love him, maybe we'll do a prequel issue. That is it. You will never see that character again after they die in the linear story that's going on. Of course, we can always go back, but no back would be changing. It would be something before that event.
Yeah, no, that's good. You need this. You need that. You need like when you latch on to characters and are in danger. Not that they will bring them back later anyway. It's but if the government has this what is it, the serum? something?
They have a serum, but
Right.
it doesn't like 100% work. So
Sure.
Omega was at his weakest. He watched all of his team die, you know,
Mhm.
and now he wakes up from a coma, and of course he's going to do it. Because he knows he would have lost, and he doesn't
Yeah, yeah.
want to lose. And that's the leader. That's just how he ticks.
Mhm.
Everybody has that reason that they're ticking, and that's why this is the beginning for them. You know, and of course we'll get to that moment where I have planned at the end, like I was my original idea, but it was such easier to put them very grounded, and now we're just driving with them.
Right. So that's the reason that the government doesn't make like 100 of these characters. They just
Yeah,
can't.
you have to be a psychopath to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that shot one. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like think of how many times you lose at the casino. This is way worse. You know, so
Yeah, right.
But and now you don't know exactly who did the serum before. Clearly, they had trial and error on this. You know, like it's all different things that could be hidden in the background. And another thing too, like Omega's brother's on the team. He's the guy shooting blue energy behind him. If you can take the serum and you have a brother or a sister, etc., they can take the serum because you know the genes are similar. So like they know the body can attach. So clearly, one of the people that he was able to bring on was his brother with a different type of background, a MMA background, but it works out.
This is great.
Yeah, thanks.
How these things work, right? When you think about it and things connect, they make sense. That's really cool. Gorilla Mar says it raises the stakes for the upcoming conflict between Naosis and Pain, which I like. Yeah, you need that. You need it, right?
Yeah,
So
we're
these-
building up to that slowly. We have villains that are coming in, but it's the same thing. They have to finish them off with a fatality, and that's like one of the team standing in front of one of the guys that's literally melting. You know, like clearly they're keeping him alive right there, but he's melting. Like he's not moving. That guy's not fighting back. You know, he's on fire. You know.
Yeah, they're brutal, right? So
Yeah,
these designs are great, man.
Thank
you.
you.
Who did these designs? Did you do that, or did the artists?
So
did the artists make them?
Rough sketch from me.
Mm-hmm.
Google images, like for example, like a texture, a color, you know, anything, you know, like because you can't really. When I do the concept art, I try setting as much different types of references of kind of the realm, and then a light sketch, and then of course they take the rings with it. So everyone has done, and I show some of the concept arts down there when you look. But like it's a team project. But I initially make the beginning and final call of how everything looks.
Right. Looks fantastic. Right.
Yeah. We really wanted everything to like look really cool, you know. So like that's for me too. Like in the first issue, you see the guys that look like the classic heroes. They got the sword on their chest, like you know, I'm Superman, you know. But that don't get you nowhere, you know. The guys will rip you like shreds when they're armored up. So I wanted their armor to be really cool, and I love that. I was always a big Star Wars guy. That was my main thing first before comics and sci-fi. This is futuristic sci-fi, so it's just another level too. Like that's our page one, and that's the podcast guy. He has the cybernetic arm. You know, it's a different time, it's a different world.
Right. So this is why they have armor.
Yeah, if they don't have armor,
right?
Done. It's the same way as people wear a shield or people wear a mask. You know, like it has to take impact, and if it doesn't, you're dead. You know, especially if the person's stronger than you. Why risk that? You know.
Yeah, definitely. Right. So, what's his name? This character here, with the
so we have Hellsay towards the back. The guy with the blaster is Hybrid. He's our healer. Basically, the main thing that drives him is his family was killed during that 90 million people dead, and he wasn't there. Basically, when a city gets completely leveled, there's not even a dot left of the city, and that's where his family was. And this guy's driven to kill, and his leader, of course, is Omega, the guy in the orange, and they're on the battlefield right now. They're talking. It just shows like how they have a conversation. Like he's talking. One's killing someone in the back, and Omega's, if you scroll down a little more, punches one of the guys running up to him while he's still on the phone with him, telling him what to do.
Yeah, just another Tuesday.
Yeah, it's second nature for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time of it being second nature, like clearly these characters you see here have a different reaction. There's going to be other characters on the team that are not okay with the constant killing, that maybe can't sleep at night, that they, you know, like it's all going to be different for each character to eventually make them who they're supposed to be.
Wow. Wow. So they have a lot of villains to go through. With
Yeah.
Pain being, so is Pain like the main leader, or are
So
these
Crimson
like different
Pain-
factions?
Crimson Pain comes out, he kills off these guys. You think he's alone. By the time later, and you see it in the one shot, he recruits an army. He gets super enhanced people, and it's the same thing. And this is what's our different aspect. The ULN is the entire one rule government. Crimson Pain is slowly going to be taking pieces out of that into his own, country in existence, or own territories. And other countries are going to react by that because it was, wait, hey, we're united. Wait, now there's a war. Like, it's all going to be different stuff. And Crimson Pain's definitely at the highest level, the same way we see a president or something like that. But he's on the floor doing combat. And that girl you see here is one of his top people, which is Banshee, she was in one of the previous issues. And you might have thought she died, but you never saw her head get ripped out. If you don't see their head get ripped out or their heart ripped from their body, assume they're alive. So like, she has cybernetic legs now. She has the fire from when she was getting beat up by Hellsate. And, she's a screecher, so she could, like, screech out and send her waves. And she's super badass.
So these Naosis guys, they don't know beforehand what kind of powers they develop. But so this is random? Is this in their genetics?
Yeah. So it is random. So for example, that's why the brothers have the same powers, because that's energy for him. It's energy for him. So if they had this, they would have the same power. So it is at random. Whatever happens. Like when Omega took his, I'll show you.
Sure.
When he took his, as soon as he shot it up, he got jacked out of his mind again. And, he was glowing with energy. He was super
look at that
skinny.
art, man.
Awesome. He was super skinny, and now he's like, and then goes through. And then I have his original, and the same thing with Hellsate, bam, she gets the fire. And then they have their armor that they get. And then they have weapons in the beginning. So in the prequels, you see that they had weapons to help them to control their powers in the beginning because they couldn't use it. So she would have a sword that has the fire, and then he would have a blaster that he shoots the energy with because he couldn't control it yet. But he's still an apex predator soldier, so like, of course he'd be able to harness that quick and use it to his advantage. Right.
So these armors that they wear also help them control their powers.
In a sense, yeah. But they originally had weapons, but the armors definitely help and use to their advantage.
Right.
Sure.
Interesting. Gorilla Mar says, that's what I thought when another character died. So death is not always death. So cover options. These are the covers that you're offering.
Yeah, it's cover
episode
A.
4.
Wait, what?
Sorry, for episode 4. So this is
episode 4. We have the covers available. So that's our cover A. That's Crimson Pain holding the head of Odysseus. That was one of the heroes that were fallen, showing you the head of Odysseus.
Brutal, man.
Yeah,
Holy
fatality
shit.
is huge inspirations from Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
along those lines.
Yeah, man, that's brutal. Cover by
Igor.
All right.
Yeah, we have Igor in here and Prasad teaming up. That's the 2 new characters that are set to debut in Volume 2. We have Voltage and Imperium, and then below we have Omega and Hybrid. So those are new characters that we're bringing in. And yeah,
This
they're
glove.
super badass.
That's really cool. Like Doomfist.
Yeah, he doesn't have powers, but the guy to the right has powers. So like he has just that giant cybernetic arm to just clobbering time people, and then he's an electrical-based character to the right.
Welcome, David Feed. It's all fun and games until someone loses a head. Yeah.
For sure.
Yes. I see Kratos for cover A. Wait, this one? Kratos.
Yeah, like Kratos, from God of War.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. All looks good. So visual vibration. That's your
Publishing
label?
company. Yep.
Where does that name come from?
Visual vibration. So everything's a vibration, and this is just visual vibrations. We're a visual medium. So.
All right. Corey Hampshire. That's excellent that you got him. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so Corey did, like I said, he did episode 0. He actually did that cover for episode 1, but I did a black and white cover for San Diego Comic-Con like 3 years ago, and I never colored it, and I have the original 11x17 of this. I just look at it every time I go to my office, and I was like, okay, I'm coloring this or I'm putting it in the book, and bam, it looks so fucking cool. So it's the heroes fighting one of the villains from one of the previous issues, Rifter.
Ah, that villain's really confident, right? Like
telekinetic,
shirtless there. Like,
yeah,
bring it.
You'll see what happens to him.
This
Cockiness doesn't get you far in Project Naosis. It does not get you far.
This guy in the back is also cool with the weird helmet and the energy, like bow or whatever this is.
Yeah, so he can draw the bow and he just draws laser arrows. He's a teleporter. And then he also has dual-wield swords, so then he can pull out the dual-wield swords when he doesn't have the bow and slices them all up.
What's his name?
Prince Euro. So he's actually so there was originally 3 nations in Project Naosis. One was the European Federation. He was the heir to that throne, and then for some reason he has powers, and we haven't told you why he's in there because we do a time jump and he's on the team. So that's something that we would uncover later on. But he is basically someone of royalty, and now he's, of course, incognito, and he's a really good warrior, and he's on that team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. New characters? Well, yeah, each issue you're going to introduce new characters.
Mostly, to a sense, like these are the 2 main ones from really this volume. So like this volume's leading up to something. And we have, so like exactly like I said, like the main level heroes died. And of course, everybody else that had superpowers went into hiding because this guy's murdering everyone. Why would we fight back, you know? So this is someone that had their power since birth. And now they are, once they find out that, you know, superheroes now exist, they're on the floor saying, hey, I'm a superhero. I'm an actual superhero. And this is my city. And this character comes face to face with our Project Naosis team in this issue. So this is a guy who, you know, think of like your Spider-Man or, you know, one of those young cats that just want to be a good person. That's this person.
Cool. That's cool. Voltage. And then we have Imperium,
which is like his father figure. And they're the team that basically is the street level San Diego heroes of like your Daredevil, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Really nice, man. Within this concept, there's so much you can do. You can like move to other like the edges of this. You have the main story, but you have other like people who are born with powers. They have to remain hidden, right? So they don't get murdered.
It's nuts.
Yeah, good stuff.
Prince Hero, that's the guy that you saw with the bow. That's him without the armor. Something happens to him in episode 1 that he was out of action. So that's what I'm saying. So if the characters have a big fight and they don't have healing powers, they're out of action for quite some time. He's back in this issue. So
these designs are great, man.
Yeah. We were fighting on this one with the colors wise, but he landed it.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have like 20 different color variations. Difficult to pick.
I have a bunch.
Yeah. All right, cool. So what's this? A trading card?
So stretch goals. Like I said, I fund everything. 2K does not make the money back for the book. I do that. This is a pre-order for everyone, and I send you guys out the books. 6K is really where we make our money. So 6K, we do trading cards. I do have other trading cards that we did. So hybrid's the concept that you see. But that trading card, if we hit 6K, we're going to do a Crimson Pain trading card, and it'll be this on the card, this design right here. From
that's awesome.
Yeah. So this would be on the trading card. Crimson Pain will have his own trading card at 6K. We need it.
Wow. Excellent. Well, you have a lot of like stretch goals planned, right? But first
10K, 15K, 30K, we add a new cover. So as long as we get there, it's good to shoot at a spot, you know. But 6K is really where I want to go. Backers attained, we already did that hybrid trading card before. So once we hit 150 backers, I'm putting that with all the people that get the physical books. And then we'll do that 300 backers. I'll make an art print. That was on one of the pages of Project Naosis episode 0. That's Corey Hampshire's artwork. This was the first ever page. Yeah, this is the first ever page that the Project Naosis team debuted on. So it's pretty monumental.
Right. And then a little bit about you guys.
Yeah, just
Really?
showing pictures. Then I have the community. I do a lot of conventions, New York Comic Con, San Diego, WonderCon. Conventions is how we really, move our business. And every convention is amazing, and that's for everyone that supports. And what you're looking at right now is the customized character page. That's one we did before. So for $200, you'll be featured in one of our customized character pages. As soon as the campaign ends, you're going to send me references. We're going to design a character together. Of course, it can't be Will Ferrell or Tom Brady as a superhero, but if you want your face in there, that can't be copyright infringed. And of course, it'd be Project Naosis copyrighted. That's what we do. So you'd be in a book forever. How cool is that?
Yeah, very cool. That's very cool.
I would have loved to be in Batman, so like, just even like in the back, like just a quick smile or something, or have my head punched off. So we'll do a double page splash with anyone that does that tier. We have 5 left. And I have one from the previous one that never gave me the information time, so he'll be on that too. And versus Crimson Pain and the Rebellion in a cool double page splash. So it's going to look really cool.
Awesome stuff. Well, looking good. Guys, the link to this campaign is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description of this video. We started with 70 backers, still 70 backers. If you're back, let us know so we can celebrate. It's good, man. Looking good. And you also have your own, you have a Project Naosis website, right?
Yeah, Project Naosis website. We ship everything right to your door. So if you weren't on a campaign, we ship everything right to you, no problem. I do those every Wednesday and Saturday. I ship everything out.
That's this.
Yeah. So we have all the titles that we have available. We have that Steamboat Willie cover. We have all of our existing titles.
What is this?
Yeah,
That's
so we did a Steamboat Willie cover. We got like 10 of those left. We did 100 print. So with that blue background is exclusive to 100 copies. Once we do, we'll have a yellow one and a red one. But yeah, those move like hotcakes, and we got a couple left.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's for our episode 1. So we remastered our episode 1 for Project Now, like the trade paperback, and you get that remastered version.
Oh, look this cover. This is badass. This is
so that was the first
only $5.
That was the first book we did. See, we still have the logo on there, a Paul Thayer creation. That was like the beginning, like it was just so like beginning of everything. Like I said, I got thousands of them. So we have a couple hundred left still.
Right. Well, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. So you can see the growth.
This is from 2019?
2020 printed.
2020, right.
Yeah.
Great. Looks nice, man. You have a lot of books out. Here we have this like homage.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld homage. He's posted that a couple of times. I have a picture with him in my Instagram, me and him holding it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Corey Hampshire did that. So yeah, it looks sick. That was from one of our issues, showcasing the guys that he's fighting. And the top is Omega, and one of the other guys is Thorn, who's also on the team. So you get the origin in our prequel series of a lot of different characters. And if you want these just added on to the Kickstarter, they're all available for add-ons too. So.
All right, that's perfect. That's perfect. All right, yeah, it's good to have your web shop. You always need to be selling, right? Even in between campaigns or when there aren't conventions, always have something going on. It's great. You're doing great.
Yeah, we
man.
did the Steamboat Willie just for the website. That's why we did it, because I'm doing different stuff. We'll probably do something around Christmas time too, like a different cover for something, just to bring that awareness in.
Right, beautiful work. Loving the concept, loving the art. It's really cool. I can't remember if I backed one of your previous campaigns. I think that I did. Can't really remember. Maybe a digital thing. Because you offer digitals, right?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, that's good. That is good, man. Right. Okay. You have some other streams planned on your campaign tour?
Yeah, so I already did like 6. I know another one drops today. I have another 2 on Wednesday and another 2 set for July. Usually I book these all in advance. So usually I could have never booked these in advance because I was working a full-time job on top of doing this. And now I can. So that's cool. So even today I was like, bam, 2:00, let's do it, which is awesome. And yeah, just seeing as many people as possible. Project Naosis, the same as our title, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. We post a ton of cool stuff on there constantly.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, super excited.
So,
I- you know-
but this is your full-time thing now.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
hmm
That's like the dream, man.
Yeah. I was running 11 LA Fitnesses for a while, and then I was always doing that personal training stuff, and then now we switched over to this. That's where I got my salesmanship from, and I definitely think it works in this field very well. Definitely puts me at an advantage, especially at conventions.
Wow. All right, great. Well, thank you, Paul, for being my guest and for showing
Thank
us your campaign.
I appreciate it so much. This was awesome. Made me drink a beer. And yeah.
It's pretty early for beer, but we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah. It's 250. It's all right.
All right, guys. Before we close off, I need to show you one last thing. You can sign up to Perfect 10 Book 5, POWERTRIP Book 2. I'm doing this together with Paul Rodriguez. He worked for Marvel, worked for DC, and now I'm so lucky for some reason he wants to work with me on this series. So this is the 5th book right now. We have like gazillion characters, like too much. This issue was very difficult to write.
Yeah.
But we did it. We did it, guys. And you can sign up. We will launch next month, maybe. We hope so. It kind of depends. I have this number of signups that I would want to reach before we go live, right? And we introduce new characters through the POWERTRIP book, which are 3 shorter stories by 3 different creative teams. So go check that out. Guys, the link to this is in the description of this video. I'm signed up. Oh, thank you very much, Gorilla Mar. Thank you, man. So, thank you, Gorilla. Thank you, David. Everyone else watching, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the conversation, give it a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give it a dislike, and I'm very sorry. If you are a creator, you have a campaign going on, reach out to me through Twitter, and we can make it happen. I don't have a guest yet for next week, so hopefully we will have another show next week. So same time, same channel, new guest. Hope to see you then. Bye, guys.
Peace.